Heybike just sent me out their new Villain, and this is the best budget e-bike I've ever ridden. And today we're gonna be testing this thing and seeing how it holds up against the Tudio. Because I'm sponsored by Tudio, Yasma, and heybike, so I'm not gonna be biased at all in this. I've had this thing for about a week and it's genuinely insane. It's definitely a lot faster and way more torquier than the Tudio or the Yasma. This thing has a 52-volt battery and it's like 4,000 watts, which is genuinely insane. And dude, that's not even to mention like how freaking cool this thing is. So it looks like we got a display, like literally the same display as the Yasma. So 1, 2, and 3 modes. Then we got a headlight. And this headlight is pretty cool, honestly. I don't know if you guys can see, but I like the way it looks. It's a little bit dirty because it's just the snow is melting, so there's a lot of salt on the road. We have a reverse feature. Whoa, what the heck? That is unique. And we got the snappiest throttle known to man. And we have the exact same brakes as the Tudio. Okay, so you're probably wondering, if this is a budget bike, how much does it cost? And is it really a budget bike? And the answer to that is yes. This thing costs $1,300 from the heybike website, whereas the Tudio, I think it's like $1,300 as well. However, guys, this is how you can make it even cheaper. If you want to get this thing for $1,200, you can use code ALLCAPITALLITHIUM at checkout to save yourself $100, guys. $100 is crazy. But dude, we are hauling, yo! $1,300 for this. Most of the kids always want to know if these things can wheelie, and I can tell you this thing can wheelie. I am effortlessly wheeling this thing, and it feels pretty good. One thing I will say is that the seat is pretty uncomfortable. Not as uncomfortable as the Yasma seat. As we all know, the Yuzumo seat is so freaking uncomfortable. But let's just look at this thing, guys. Come on. It looks freaking sick. And this suspension, like, look at all the details. This is the heybike Villain. It's got so many, like, niche things. Like, the fender is unique. The rear fender is unique, but it looks good. Like, it comes together, in my opinion. Like, it's done right. And a lot of these bikes aren't done right, but just look at this torque. Yeah, that's insane. I was hanging out for 2 friends this past weekend, and we were riding this bike around, and they are complete beginners. They've had, like, a Tudio in the past, and one of them hasn't ever had a bike, and they love this thing. They literally love this thing. They had the choice between my Tudio, my Supermoto fully built Tudio, a Yasma In10 Pro unreleased bike that is really crazy, and then on top of that, they just went for this. Like, they literally, they were fighting for this. I'm not even joking. I know it just sounds like a stupid advertisement, but they were literally fighting for this bike. And I'm going fast. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna be able to top it up at this speed, but, like, do you even need to, bro? Like, these brakes are good. It's got a freaking kill switch, guys. Oh my god. Woo! Okay, well, one thing. Let's see how fast we get. Okay, we gotta stop talking about. We might be 40, 44, 45. Oh yeah, easy 45. That was easy. And this thing can be tuned. You can turn this thing into like a way crazier beast. And something that I like about this bike is the angle of the fork. So a lot of bikes, like for example the Yasma, their fork is like angled really far out. So there's a lot of space between the wheelbase. This isn't that. This is like, the fork is directed pretty far down, which means this is great for street riding. Handles so good. And it also feels pretty good. So the next biggest thing you guys are probably wondering about is range. And this fast. Like, you're probably gonna think it's gonna be pretty crafty, right? It's really not. It is, I believe, 26 amp hours, and the Tudio is 21 amp hours, and a 48 volt battery, and this is a 52 volt battery. And the Tudio is like 2,000 watts, and this is 4,000 watts. Like, it's kind of a no-brainer, and it's the same price, and the quality is on point. This throttle is better than the Tudio. The bars, I feel like they're better. The light, it comes with the light. It comes with literally everything that the Tudio needs upgrade. And I know it sounds like I'm just glazing this thing, and I'm not trying to dog on the Tudio, but so many kids just want to buy the Tudio because that's what the cheapest option, what everybody's gonna get. But right now, the Salil has been taken over. But I will tell you, like, as far as, like, wheelies go, this is one of the most intuitive bikes I've ever seen. I put maybe, like, 5 miles on this bike, and I can wheelie it decent. Like, obviously not insane, but see what I can do. And it's a 1-finger brake. Once you break them in, you can stop this thing with 1 finger. Woo! I'm going 13 miles per hour right now, not very fast. It doesn't have a lot of torque up when you're going faster, but down low, it's got a lot of torque. And these knobby tires are nice as well. A big thing with people is that they want to mod their bikes out, and this is a perfect bike for that. And the reason that is that when they said, hey, we want you to review our bike, they also told me that this bike is designed from the ground up to be modified, which I love, because modifying bikes is my passion. You know, it turns your bike into yours, right? It's how you distinguish your bike from another person. It's basically putting your personality on a bike, which I love. And this bike is literally designed, as you guys can see, the bolts are all exposed. The titanium bolts are gonna go crazy on this thing. The battery is actually a different design. So instead of the battery coming out from the top, the battery comes out from this way. You have to unscrew 4 bolts, and you can remove the battery, and the controller's up top. It is a weird design, but as far as upgrading goes and the configurations that you can run, there's a lot of options. And it's only gonna be a matter of time before the market is flooded with parts for this bike, because it is genuinely my favorite budget e-bike. I am sponsored by all 3 big budget e-bike brands, Yasma, heybike, and Tudio. right? All three. And heybike is a bike you probably never heard of because it literally just came out, and I love this thing so much, guys. They're not paying me for these videos. It's genuinely a bike that I think people should have. And once I tune this thing, I am sure it's gonna go faster. There's a lot of power here. I'll tell you, there's a lot of power here. Like I own the Tuari MX5 with the Nikon S9000, and this thing is fun for me. Like this thing rips. Like genuinely it rips. I don't know how accurate this speedometer is, but it feels pretty fast. It feels more accurate than the Yazimo or the Studio. Oh god, this is so fun! Yo! Okay, we're gonna be taking this thing on some off-road trails to check this thing's off-road capability. It's got good suspension, so I think it'll be good. I think it's gonna be good. I don't know though, we'll see. Woohoo! Yeah, I mean the suspension is the same brand as like the Studio, Yazimo, all those budget bikes thing. Their suspension comes from the same factory. This one does have a little bit more travel than the Studio. I believe this is the exact same suspension that the Yazimo has. I think it is a little bit beefier, but it's the same beefiness as the Studio, except it has a little bit more travel. Whereas the Yazimo has a little bit more travel than the Studio, but it's a lot thinner, so they're prone to like bending and stuff. That's happened with my Yazimo. This thing feels pretty good though. It is a little squirrely. The wheels are small, so you know how it is. You know, we just cut through somebody's like yard, but it's fine. These definitely do need brakes. If I were you, if you got this bike, first upgrade I would do is get a new brake. And not because it's not that good. The brakes are fine, but that's the only thing that could do with an upgrade. You know what I mean? It's like, you're gonna be fine, because most people leave stock, like the stock brakes on the Studio, and they're the same brand. But I'm actually gonna put some on my website pretty soon. Some upgraded brakes will work with the Studio, Yazimo, and the heybike, because they all use the same braking mechanism, and so that's gonna be crazy. And it's like literally the best brake you'll ever have. I probably sell it for 50 to 60 bucks. Bro, this amazing. It really does. I'm sure I'm gonna find out pretty soon that there's something wrong with this bike, but as of right now, this does not feel like a $1,200 bike. This feels like a $2,000 bike. This feels like an RTR. Let's be honest, guys. This is faster than an RTR Lite by far. So then I found anytime you put 17-14 inches on these budget bikes like the Yazimo and Studio, they wheelie so good. So I bet it's the same. Even though this thing already wheelies amazing, I bet you would do better. But honestly, guys, what do you think? I think this was a pretty good video. But I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Use code AllCopperLithium at checkout if you want to buy this bike. Save yourself $100. You can also use code Lithium, AllCopperLithium for your Studio or your Zumo. I love you. I'll see you later. Bye.